Welcome to Canvas Grades and SpeedGrader. In this portion, we will be discussing course outcomes. Outcomes are standardized measures used to track competency or mastery in a course or across a program. Outcomes can be aligned to assignments, quizzes, and discussions through rubrics to track a student's development as they complete activities. You can use the outcome data to focus on important skills and competencies, improve your teaching, remediate students in particular areas, identify at risk students, and support accreditation processes. You can use outcomes and the Learning Mastery Gradebook to help students see what areas they need improvement on and in what areas they are progressing. You can also view this for the whole class and see where you may need to remediate or offer more resources in a particular area. Finally, outcomes can be used to align with program standards and competencies and be used as data for accreditation purposes. Outcomes can be created for a single course or for a program or college. These are considered account level outcomes. The development of account level outcomes is beyond this workshop, but those interested may want to communicate with ITS about how best to set up account level outcomes. So let's add an outcome. From the course navigation menu, you will see a link for outcomes. From here, and you can see that we've created quite a few, you can select the Add Outcome button at the top of the screen. From here, you can name the outcome something intuitive to its use, provide a description of the outcome, set a criterion rating scheme, set your mastery threshold, and then indicate a calculation method. So let's go ahead and add just a couple items. So for this outcome, I'm going to name it SLO1, Reading Variety. The description of the outcome, I'm actually going to use one that is readily available to me from the English department. Below that, I can set my criterion ratings. This is where I want my students to either meet my expectations, exceed the expectations, so on and so forth. Okay? You can insert additional criterions if you would like, or you can edit the criterions to edit the name or the point value. From there, you can select your mastery. This is where you would consider your students to have mastered that content. So I'm going to leave mine at 3, which is where they would be set to have met the expectations for this outcome. And then we have our calculation method. Canvas utilizes several different calculation methods. The decaying average factors the average of all assessment items while weighing the most recent or the most current submission to any assignment associated with this particular outcome at a higher percentage. So in the case here, we can see that the last item is rated at 65%, and the rest of the assignments or assessments associated with this would be rated or calculated at 35%. If you select N number of times, this requires a specific number of times that mastery must be met or exceeded, and the number of aligned items that must be completed for calculation eligibility. Any scores that don't meet mastery are not part of the calculation. So if a student was required to meet a mastery level of 5 twice, only the scores at 5 or above would be a part of the calculation. You can select to have your calculation method be the most recent score, which always selects the most recent score for all assessment items, or you can select for it to be the highest score. which will always select the highest score of all assessments associated with this particular outcome. Once you have decided on your calculation method, you can select Save, and it will save your outcome to the left side menu. Thank you for watching. For more information, please visit clt.odu.edu.